This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today.
Titleist Club Fitting, the fastest way to better. With a player-focused philosophy on fitting, Titleist offers a range of club fitting experiences from drivers to wedges. Your Titleist fitting specialist, thanks to an unmatched selection of products and technology, along with a wealth of fitting knowledge, will provide you with tour-quality fitting experience that can provide immediate benefits for your game. You can experience a fitting in English while in Japan. Just go to the Golf in Japan website and click on the Titleist banner. Or check the link in the description of this podcast. Titleist, the fastest way to better.
Okay, guys. Happy New Year. Golf in Japan 2025 Season 2. Welcome. And yokoso. Okay, guys.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, boys. Happy New Year. Yo-yo, Toshio.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. That's what you say at the end of the year. So you want to say Akemashite.
Happy New Year's to, we'll go this way. Damon. Happy New Year and welcome. Ryan, good to see you survived your Okinawa trip and your lengthy Christmas holidays.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Oof. Yeah. No snakes. No snakes bit me, but I do have. I did bring that. Do you remember we talked about that funky snake venom alcohol? Damn. So I brought a nice photo for you. I'll have to share it on the screen later, or something like that. But that's what it looks like in there. It's nice. It's like a mummified snake inside the alcohol. It's a proper snake.
Is it alcoholic?
With proper venom.
It is.
But I got you guys the energy drink version of that. So if you want to crack those,
Sorry,
Joe, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Yes.
In a few weeks.
So you're doing a dry January?
Yeah.
That's
I kind of hurt myself coming up until New Year's. Christmas was a bit of a not a disaster, but had too much to drink and decided to give it a rest. So I'm 7 days in so far. So far, so good.
I haven't drank today yet.
Good on you.
Yeah, I did dry Monday.
Oh yeah.
Kieran, I was going to ask you real quick about that 7-herb porridge. I was reading about that. You were saying that's like a Japanese tradition that I was unaware of. But the reason for that is after the holidays, so you do too much drinking, you do too much festivities, and so that porridge is supposed to be really good for the gut, they said.
It's supposed to be auspicious to give you health for the year. So you're supposed to be healthy for the year. So we always do it on the 7th of January. And that was yesterday. It's the 8th today. By the way, guys, just as we're speaking, the TGL is kicking off with its first match as we're recording this. Is it? ESPN, I know, are the big
right
player
now
involved.
Is it on Unix?
I don't know.
Yes.
Is that?
Yes, it is.
Probably in Japan. It's a shame they didn't put it on live on YouTube or something like Liv did.
Yeah, I was reading up about it a whole bunch. It's a shame they didn't put it on live on YouTube. If Damon is the live,
maybe eventually, but yeah, I was reading up about it a whole bunch. If I was thinking, not to be greedy, but
it's good,
if Damon is the live guy, I want to be the TGL guy because I was watching this. It looks amazing.
I've got no idea.
I think it
been
looks so
following.
exciting. Yeah, it's super cool, right?
This is your corner, mate.
Yeah, 2025.
I think it's okay. So it's 4-man team.
That's a little bit disappointing, Joe.
4-man, on the team, but only 3 get to play any given event. The 3 that go out, the first 9 holes are best ball. It's a 3-man scramble, but no, it's not scramble. It's a they each take a shot in a row. What's he call that? Alternate shot. So it's alternate shot for the first 9 holes, and then for the last, I think it's only 14 holes. For the last 5 holes, it's a 1v1 match play. So one guy from your team against another guy on the other team, and 3 4-hole matches going on, something like that. I think.
And who are in those teams, Ryan? Does it say?
Yeah. Playing right now, it's the New York Golf Club and the Bay Golf Club, right?
Okay, good team.
Yeah, Xander. So in the New York Golf Club is Xander Schauffele, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Ricky Fowler. And then the Bay Golf Club is Ludwig Arber and Wyndham Clark. and Shane
Schauffele.
Lowry.
Schauffele.
Interesting. There's lots
Yeah,
of
I'm
rules.
trying
right?
to
There's a
get-
time
trying to
clock.
make
I
sure
think
I
you only get like 40
Schauffele.
seconds or something.
Yeah,
to
which
do
is
the
what it
shot.
should be.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not focusing on the
40
podcast, Damon.
I'm watching it now.
Oh, wow, cool.
Got it on.
Mm.
Oh, priorities.
Yeah, that shot clock seems like it really changes things too, because it's like the pressure's on, and they just got to keep moving. It just looks like it's so easy to watch. Just from what I was watching, I just watched a few amateurs kind of testing it out. It's all custom courses, so it's like they're not like real courses, which is kind of there's sort of ups and downs to that, but it's like kind of
I'd say Tiger's
spectacular,
gonna be
interesting
really good at
courses
this
that are
because
custom built.
his
So I mean,
big nemesis
I just
now is
imagine the
walking
future and
horses,
like where
and
it
he's
could
probably
go. They
just
could
staying
get
at
crazy
home.
with
And I
it.
think he's probably invented this. Is this something to do with his full swing golf simulator? Yeah, so he's going to have the advantage, right? Because he invented
100%.
this software or these golf
This
courses
is-
are
yeah,
probably his
100%.
design. That's right. Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
which is
that.
just well,
But
it's a
a
little
shout
bit
out
different
also
than
to
the TGL, isn't
Roy,
it? It's
who's
just
doing
what
the
Roy's doing.
Same
screen
concept.
version of this as well.
He had who was the girl that you always call her the glamour girl of the JLPGA?
There was
Erica
Same
Hara,
concept.
Hara and Shibuno, I think, had a
Shibuno,
match
and he had them in
recently.
we didn't actually go and see that, but if Roy's listening, please invite us to the next one and we'll check it out. He did, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
cool.
Shout out to him because he actually did invite us out.
Dive into TGL
yeah,
when
but
we-
unfortunately,
when we've actually
scheduled in
digested
the
one
match,
of
so
them.
we'll certainly get out there for
But
the next
before
one.
that, can we just say, start of the season 2, of golf in Japan. So, are we having any New Year's resolutions? And I'll start. Mine is to put out the podcast as quick as possible, on audio anyway. That's my bit. So I'm going to try and get it out today. So you've heard it first. Any New Year's resolutions? Joe's off the drink.
Yeah,
Good luck with that,
that's-
mate. I'll give you about 10 minutes. What about you, Damon? Any New Year's resolutions? Bit of golf, yeah. Bit of wedge play for you would be good. Your drivers, you smoke with the drives. It's just a wedge. Yeah,
Better
mine
golf,
would be
I suppose.
driving. I'm always OB all the time, which is big miss right and left. What about you, Ryan? Okay, so we should put a bit of
250
context on
yards
that. So what
onto the
happened
fairway.
was we had our boning kai, which is
That should be more of a long-term goal.
we were having a few too many maybe, and then we said that if Ryan hits 250 yards on the golf course on a specific day, mind you, I think it's the last Friday of the month, if he gets 250 yards, we're giving him a raise. And then we're going to do a scramble matchup, me and Romano against Damon and Ryan. And if whoever wins gets 150,000 yen, not me or Damon, the other two guys. And whoever loses, that guy, either Romano or Ryan, has to jump in the freezing cold swimming pool.
What about this for an
Or
idea
a
that I
pond.
come out and commentate?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually
Shot by shot analysis
You can
of what's
actually
going
help
on.
the boys. We'd allow that. You can help
Yeah,
the
that's
boys
right.
and
Yeah.
guide them through.
Yeah.
So if they get 250 yards drive, they get a raise immediately. Was it 10%? 10% raise.
Is it any particular hole? I mean, there's got to be some holes which are straight downhill, downwind that may help. Okay, I'll help you. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'm on 10 to 20%.
Yeah. Help us to identify those holes.
That's
I like the
right,
way you're
'cause they've got
thinking
to-
already,
well,
Joe. This
Kieran,
is
can
good.
you fill everybody
Maybe,
in on what's
Joe,
gonna
when you
happen if
came
they
up,
actually do?
you can just bring a
they
few
do
buckets
break-
of
if
If they
ice
do break
as well,
the,
just
or
for the
get
pool.
past 250 yards.
They get a raise. They get 10% extra in their salary forever.
But if they don't, they've got to jump in
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's only on that particular day.
Well, they get 150. They get
Right, so we've given them a month to prepare.
But if they
so
don't, they have to
hopefully
jump in the
Ryan's
cold
been at
pool.
driving range, smash and drive.
Thus needing you to
And if he
bring
does
the
it
ice.
on this day we're playing, I think it's on the last Friday of the month.
It's funny. I
can
heard
so.
that after the bet was made that both
If it
these
hits a
guys
cart path that
contacted
goes
Joe when he
250
hit
yards,
250
It's
yards.
Or a sprinkler
no,
head.
you
You can't
can.
even hit up
It's
250 yards.
So
what's the story there?
The blind leading the.
He's gonna just
Chin Cup.
It's like the 1-inch punch golf swing where you get 250 yards out of only from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
So is it any of the par 4s or par 5s on this golf course that you're going to allow the guys to hit their driver?
Do it on a par 3.
So as long as they get it past 250 yards.
And it's going to be on the dance, it's going to be on the fairway.
On the fairway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is fair enough, isn't it?
Any of them.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see how you go with that 250-yard drive.
I think it's a great opportunity.
In the pond.
Let's see how you go with that.
I'll jump in the river. I think
Make
it's
sure
a great
you're driving
opportunity.
up 'cause I'm not driving you back.
I think it sets a nice precedent as well. So I think I'm seizing the opportunity.
Okay,
for sure.
last thing about the new year, predictions for the year.
I'll bring my
I
swim
wrote a few
trunks. Yeah.
things down.
Okay,
Rory, will he win a major?
prediction.
Yes. I think it's. Oh, sorry. I think yes.
You saying yes? You say no? What major would you?
I think it's the Masters.
Oh,
I've
you think
always,
it's the Masters?
I think it's always going to be difficult for him to win the Masters because I've said it in previous podcasts why I believe he's always going to have trouble because he's a drawer of the ball, and I think it's difficult over there if you're drawing the ball to hit your second shot off the
Did come
ball
second
above your feet. Yeah,
3
he
years
did.
ago? 2 years
He
ago?
did. Well, he sort of backdoored his way into it, didn't he? He holed a bunker
did,
shot on
yeah.
the last to finish second, but I think the Masters this year. He had a great 2024. Just didn't
did.
get his over the line a couple of times, unluckily. But I think this is going to be a big year.
Okay.
What do you think?
We will
Kieran?
talk about Matsuyama. Well, I always think he will. I think he's going to get an Open because it's in Ireland this year.
Yeah, Portrush. It's at Royal Portrush, isn't it?
So so I reckon he might bag 1 or 2 at the Masters. I'm not sure. It depends how his game is. You never know. I mean, it's a big year for him. It's they're going to be a Ryder Cup as well. So I think it could be an absolute bender of a year for him. It could be, he could run amok everywhere. So let's see. He's definitely motivated for the Ryder Cup. And did you see that report? And ask you quickly what you thought of that. He locked himself practice for a month, so no tournament golf. He went into a room where he was hitting into a screen where he couldn't see his swing, so there was no, TrackMan or Flight Scope or anything like that. He was just to work on his game. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he said he just, for a month, he just went into a room and he was just hitting balls and just working on his swing dynamics.
Oh, I think it's a good thing. It's clearly motivated because a lot of the guys through Christmas and New Year sort of put their clubs down and don't do anything. And that's why Kapalua, which is the first event of the season, is usually a very hit and miss for some of the guys. The guys who've been practicing play really well. And, of course, a lot of the guys who finish down the bottom of the field haven't practiced. So I guess that's unusual for Rory, but I think it's a good thing. So, like I said, big 2025 for the boy.
Okay, good on him. Any predictions? What about Tiger Woods? Do we think he's going to play? He's going to play a few. He must be.
Well, he will always play the majors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he make the cut last year in the Masters? He did, didn't he?
He might have, but then
he made the
finished.
cut.
Did he finish? I don't think he finished, did he?
He finished the Masters. I think he withdrew from everything else, though, for a member. And the other start he did,
I don't think he did.
He wouldn't play well on the first day, and then he was just like, "What's the point?" He still thinks he can win, can Big Cat. So,
Yeah, I'm skeptical because he can't walk, especially around Augusta, which is very hilly. It's a really tough walk. So I would love him to be up there and contending again, but I think he's the same age as me. He's nearly 50. So
what do you
time has
reckon?
passed
Do you
him.
reckon he can? I'm not going to say he's going to win a tournament, but do you think he could sneak a top 10 in a golf tournament
yeah,
this year?
look, definitely.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Tiger get a top 10.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to do it at a British Open or the
No.
Open because it's too cold.
Yep. Masters too hilly.
Yeah, Masters too hilly. So maybe a PGA or maybe a US Open. US
Like one of
Open's usually
his
tough
events,
walks.
the Hero or something like
Yeah,
that. He
yeah,
goes
look,
on-
it's definitely
he sneaks in
possible.
a top 10, something like that. Somewhere.
You can't ever keep him down. I mean, he's done some amazing things. I mean, the Masters win in 2019 was unbelievable.
Was it? I'll make a prediction on Tiger. I bet you him and Charlie win the PNC next year. No? He came second and Langer was cheating.
Was cheating because
Mate,
he played off the forward tees or he
It
was
wasn't even the
anchoring?
forward tees, it was like the play 4 tees.
Everyone says that. That's not
Yeah,
cheating.
true that. I mean, the thing is about him, he is old. He is
Come on,
65,
rules are
but
rules. He played
smokes
by the
it.
rules. Good on him.
Drives 280 yards and stuff.
65, I think.
Well,
yeah. He does.
You're not supposed
Yeah,
to
you can
touch
get
your
it out
chest,
there.
right?
I thought you were talking about his
He was
anchoring,
anchoring that bad
which
boy
was-
to his chest.
They've been talking about his
so he
anchoring
was like-
lately. There's
you're not
also photos
supposed
on
to
the
hold it
net.
like a free. Like
Yeah, the
Adam
left
Scott
hand's
does.
not supposed to touch his
But,
chest.
he was like,
You talking about the putter, yeah?
Yeah, that long putter.
I like Bernhard Langer. He's
Yeah.
pretty good. He always thanks God.
Yep.
Correct, yeah.
Thanks be to God. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, good on him.
So do I.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other predictions for the year?
Yeah, he's a bit of a god bother, isn't he?
Live
Yeah,
golf.
but there's
Come on,
nothing
there
wrong
must
with
be
that,
something
but
about
yeah.
Liv. Okay. Any other predictions for the year?
Well,
Really?
there is actually. There's rumours that Johnny Rams
Wait, hang
might
on.
be going back to the PGA.
He only had a 1-year contract.
Smart.
We'll never let him back in.
He only had a 1-year contract. I mean,
I don't know.
I think it was 3.
yeah.
There might be
They're
some sort of get out
practically
clause,
already
but then
playing
he'd have to give a
together,
lot of the money
aren't they?
back, I
On the
would
DP World
imagine.
Tour, and then there was that thing where Scotty Scheffler was playing with Rory McIlroy. Practically already playing together, on the DP World Tour.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's a rumor.
I don't think he
how much
cares about
truth
playing
there is to
PGA
it.
Tour
Who
events.
knows? I mean, we heard
He's in the majors.
previously to
He's playing
that.
in the Ryder
that,
Cup.
well,
That's all
I
he
mean,
cares
who was
about.
going to go to live? Tony was it Tony Finau? Whatever.
He's in the majors. He's playing in the Ryder Cup.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking
No, I
about
agree.
Victor Hovland at the moment as
When-
well. Apparently, there's rumours that he's going to go to live.
Yeah.
Well, isn't
So
there?
we shall see. But I think that this will be the year where they'll merge.
Did they have
I
a
think
roster
some of the
of
players
new
they'll have some
players?
events
Oh,
where they
that's
can
a
all play
prediction.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. John
February. It's all been released.
Okay.
They actually just released
Anything about
the
Japan?
remainder of the schedule today. I was reading about it this morning, but most of the
Okay.
the
That's a
last
shame that they couldn't get it
no,
together.
nothing
for
Japan. A lot of US
Is
events,
Greg Norman gone now? Is he?
But yeah, can't remember where they all were.
Oh, I think it'll happen, won't it?
2025, 2026 rather. I think is going to
Yeah.
happen.
Greg Norman's still there, but I mean, Greg's been
won't
going
like
for
that, will he?
years. You know, they said he was going to be
He's
replaced
the-
at the end of
he is
last
the
year. It was only a
alpha.
couple of
He
weeks
is the
away, but I think he's still
quintessential
there.
alpha
And
male,
there's no
isn't he?
news so far.
He is the head dingo.
No, he won't. He is. He loves it.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yep.
No more predictions for the year.
The big
Yeah,
ding-a-ling.
you got one.
Yes. If you know,
No more predictions for the year.
Speaking of predictions, like I kind of want to get Joe's input on Kanaya because I know that Matsuyama made a name for himself because he won a major or something like that. It was like in 2018 or something like that, and that's really where it kicked off for him. You said Joe, you were saying that you were really hopeful for Kanaya now that he's in.
yeah, he's
in
on the PGA
pros.
Tour.
Do you think
Yeah,
he'll have
finished
a
top 5.
similar kind of rise?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's a little bit unorthodox in the way he swings a golf club. A little bit unusual. Doesn't look, as strong and capable, I think, as Hideki. But he's got the game. He's a super player. He's a number 1 amateur in the world. He won the AAC a few years ago. He won the Taheo Masters as an amateur. So I've watched him a fair bit, and he's a super player. I mean, he's had great success here in Japan, and now on the PGA Tour as a full-time player. So I would expect his trajectory to be similar to what Hideki's is. So I'm looking for really big things. The first year out on the PGA Tour is going to be a little bit difficult. There's a lot of learning to do, learning the golf courses and where to stay and what to eat and all that sort of thing. But I expect in the next couple of years
we'll talk
for
about
him to do
Hideki.
really,
I'm sure
really
when we
big
get to the
things.
PGA
So
Tour stuff.
the equal,
but,
if not better.
I'll make a prediction
I'm going
about
to make
him.
that
I reckon he
prediction
gets
than
another
Hideki
major this
Matsuyama.
year. If he keeps playing the way he played on the weekend, my goodness. Mate, he was. I mean, he's just broke the best score
Hideki?
in any PGA Tour event in history.
If he
Is
keeps that
right?
putter in the bag,
35 under. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know
I
if
remember
it's
on-
history. I
and
know
on
it's a
Saturday
It
they
is.
said,
It
like,
is.
okay,
35. The
34
previous one
hole
was
lead, tournament record's been
2022
broken.
Yeah,
at
Cam
34
Smith.
under.
Just
Cam
absolutely-
Smith.
And on Saturday they said there was no wind, right? There was no
But
wind.
it
But I'm
was the
saying that there
course
was
too
guys who
simple.
were struggling
Yeah.
to break par.
It played too easy this year.
It was like a drive chip.
There was no wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like
but
it
I mean,
because
look at
it's
the
fun
field. I
though,
think it
because
was
it's
like
like they bomb
20
it down, they
people,
get a
20
mad
under or
roll, they have the
something.
drone following
Yeah.
the ball.
You know, it was,
But
it was,
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of the guys
real
are
good
coming
thing
off-
was it's so I much prefer them getting eagles and birdies all the time than, struggling with 2 foot of rough. You know what I mean? So it was nice to see Morikawa and Hideki Matsuyama on the Saturday just going backwards and forwards with birdies. It was fantastic. Yeah, I like that. Well, we'll go to that in a minute. But other news: the GT.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive for
mini
sure.
driver.
Yeah, it was good.
It's been seen out on tour. We're actually going to the their new metal woods or their new hybrids are
Yeah, it's
coming
Been
out.
seen out on tour.
Yeah, out
hasn't
on
it?
tour.
Utility metal is coming out. When is it? Next week? This Friday.
Utility metal. Yeah, is that there? This Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah, well, this Friday we have an event that you guys bring your drivers, your
Forward to
gloves,
that.
and
But
your shoes.
The mini
they
driver,
said.
I didn't
So,
notice anybody.
after
They weren't
all,
like
so
zooming
there will be
in
a
on
bit of an
drivers. I couldn't
experience,
spot it. But I heard that a couple of the guys, obviously not Max Homa now. He's gone to Cobra. I actually have a Lululemon golf shirt. It's actually quite nice.
He's going to Cobra
I do.
and Lululemon.
The yoga pants and the Lululemon top. It's nice.
I thought you might. You got the yoga pants.
Okay,
match.
but yeah, it'd be nice to see the. I'm wanting to get the mini driver.
It's an interesting sponsorship, that one. We need to talk about that.
The mini driver. When are they hitting this thing? It's like they're too long off the tee, so you hit a mini driver. Is that, or is it off the deck instead of a 3-wood?
It's a
two-wood, right?
Yeah, it's a strange one. I think it's. I mean, look, it's really effectively. I think what it is a 2-wood.
Yep. It is.
So they can hit it off the ground. It seems to be pretty small. I think it's 200. Is it 280 cc? Which is probably just a little bit bigger than a 3-wood. So they can hit it off the tee. It probably promotes a little bit more confidence just because of the size of the head is slightly bigger than a 3-wood, and they can also hit it off the deck. To me, it's a little bit of a strange club. It's a little bit of a not a non-club, but I don't think a lot of people will be using it. But it's interesting that they've done it. It's something that I didn't think Titleist would ever do. TaylorMade have had a couple of goes at it. Callaway have got a model out at the moment. I don't think,
I'm excited for it. I can't wait to have a go at it. I mean, I probably hit my
like you tee it up low, and you just get that little
better than
fairway
my driver.
finder out
So
there, a little cut.
if I can get something in between, I think
That could solve a lot of problems.
Yeah,
for
I
me,
agree.
mate.
I'm interested to see what it looks like and how it performs.
I reckon the pros have requested it because
do you think it might be more consumer focused rather than for them? It's not maybe more for the pros.
Sometimes they're too long with the driver, so they want something that they can go full tilt,
Yeah, I
have
think so.
confidence in, but not go quite as far. Right? So, yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a trend, and typically Titleists don't follow trends. So it's a little bit out of left field, but I can't wait to see it. I will probably put one in the bag. 'Cause
You don't do driver
I'd like
off
to hit
the
it off the tee. I hit driver a lot, and then the next club I hit off the tee is a 3-iron. I don't hit a lot of fairway woods. I'm just not all that comfortable doing it. I could do it if the lie's right, but it's hard. Its ball's got to be setting up, and lots of things in your favour. But
No idea.
yeah, I'm interested. I don't know. Do you know what the length
Presuming
is?
you could put, it's a driver, you could put whatever shaft you want.
If
in
it's
it,
up near
as
a
long as it's
driver, I mean,
conforming.
45 inches or a little
you
bit
gotta
shorter.
think
We'll
about
have to
these
check
things
that
for
out
your
and
tour debut
report
this
back.
year.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. Are we talking about a prefecture, or do we have anything from the listeners, lads? Looking at the two boys. No.
Do you have anything from the listeners?
We don't have a prefixture, and anything from the listeners. I mean, not as such, but it's been such a busy period over the Christmas, New Year's break. So many people coming to Japan, play golf. Winter golf is just absolutely amazing. It's been great. So many people going out to Fuji, sending us photos, sending us thanks and appreciation for sorting them out. I just think people are coming out and just having an amazing time. So keep it on coming.
That said, it's a little bit maybe in the past now too, but I think a lot of people kind of underestimated the width and breadth of the New Year's in Japan. So there was a lot of people requesting to have go to a golf shop, get fitting or something like that. And they were all closed, especially January 1st or January 2nd or something like that. So I think there was maybe a little bit of disappointment with that, just that, they're here for the holidays and everything shuts down. So
Golf courses were all pretty much open though.
that's good.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Do you see a trend of more stuff in Okinawa, down south.
Okinawa is unbelievable.
It's gone gangbusters, isn't it?
It is. There's days you
Crazy.
just zero. Can't book anything.
Wow.
And prices are through the roof. You know,
Wow.
60, 70,000 yen a tea time.
I remember even 10 years ago being down there and just driving to a local golf course, nice and easy breezy, and they put me out as a single. Those days are over.
No,
What do you
not
think
anymore.
the lure is? Why do you think golfers are going down to?
Well,
down
the
there to
weather
play?
for sure.
It's the
Yeah.
weather, but I think also there's just the word has got out, especially like the Taiwanese guys, and I
Yeah.
guess the China. There's direct flights from Shanghai, from Taiwan, and I think there's a lot of those guys going
For
on.
sure.
closer.
I mean, Japan is obviously the destination of choice at the
Yeah.
moment for so many other countries. And so they're coming to Japan, but maybe they don't want the cold weather. So go down south and enjoy the lovely warm mid-20s.
Yeah.
So what is it right now?
Something like that, right, Ryan?
Is it
You were just
Yeah.
down there?
I mean, it felt like fall, So, I mean, it was,
nice.
I mean, it was nice. Like a bit windy, actually, like a bit of wind, a bit of rain. So, unlike Tokyo, where it's just like clear, I mean, we've had rain recently, but it's usually the summer is really clear. There, it was definitely a bit more kind of, mixed, but not cold. That's for sure.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, I heard that Costco opened down there, and
In Okinawa.
and with the LCC low cost carriers coming over from Taiwan and Shanghai, and the yen being like unbelievably weak, there's people flying over just for Costco
No,
Really?
because they don't have it over there. Yeah, so
Wow,
there's people
wow.
coming up for Costco buying so that Costco's looks like it's all
buying
shelves
a
empty.
sofa and taking
Like
it.
panic buying. Actually, I noticed that. You remember, Ryan? We went over to. We were checking out a golf shop, the Honma store, and Honma have a premium full set of clubs now in Costco.
The bed is? Oh,
The Beres, yeah, and it's 100,000 yen, or it's $1,000 for a full set. But they also have a Callaway set, which is like nothing. It's
right, yeah.
40,000 yen or
Yeah.
something.
Then they've also got the
Selling it in Costco.
Kirkland.
Yeah, full set,
Wow.
and it's like a premium.
They're still
pretty
doing
well.
their local
Kirkland.
Yeah, Kirkland is their
Yeah.
brand, isn't it?
Isn't Titleist suing them?
Are they?
Moving on.
There's a lot of stuff on YouTube actually, like rating and reviewing the clubs and the Kirkland clubs, the balls and
Didn't
stuff.
Rick Shields do one, and then
Yeah.
he went around and he shot the same score that he would shoot with his own fitted clubs.
But is that a reflection on him or the clubs though?
Yeah, well, he's a good golfer, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good
true.
player.
I don't think it'd be the same as
Actually, I think it was
Taylor.
TaylorMade TaylorMade is suing them. I think their irons were the same as the pre-770s or the 790s.
Yeah, I think it's
or
also it could be
something like that.
Titleist
Or
as
is it
well.
the ball?
Yeah, because
Maybe
they
it's the
brought out
ball.
balls that they were claiming to be identical to the Pro Vs
Okay.
Who knows?
at a third of the price.
I know you can get the Volvic balls there pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Are they any
God,
good, the
Volvic's still a thing, are they?
They're like bright luminous. I wouldn't.
Yeah, they had
Not my- not
they
my
sponsored
bag,
Bubba
baby.
Watson for a couple of years.
Yeah, the pink
yeah.
ones.
The long drive. The
The long drive
thing,
guys
yeah.
and girls were
Oh,
using
it does
them
my
too.
eyes in. I can't track
Yeah,
the
very
ball.
bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me.
I love those balls. I love like a bright yellow ball or something like that. I want them,
Oh, Ryan, we
I-
need to talk.
Yeah, I want them to like LEDs in there or something like that. That sounds like fun. But
Actually, the night golf with the glow in the dark balls. I'd like to try that. I know they have that down in Phoenix Country Club. Shout out to Phoenix.
Yep,
We need to go down there.
we do.
Actually, speaking of Phoenix, well, the past owners. So the big news was in December that PGM bought Accordia Golf. Thoughts on that? So now PGM is a behemoth. How many golf courses would they have now?
They've got to be a couple.
300 plus.
300 plus golf courses. I mean, that's something. That's a bit of a monopoly, I would say.
And
By
PGM
far
have
the
a-
largest.
Yeah, they have a couple of different levels, don't they? Like there's a
Yeah.
PGM and then there's a
PGM
PGM Grand.
Yeah.
Which is what? The golf courses are better, or it's a better service, or
It's more of
What's the
a
difference?
membership style golf course.
Yeah, and the maintenance is a little bit better.
So weekends are for members only.
Yep.
Okay.
That's number like similar to some of the Tahir ones.
Yep.
And then weekdays it becomes a bit of a mixture, member public.
right?
But courses are certainly a higher grade.
Yeah,
seems like the two companies have like totally inverse approaches towards inbound tourism golf as well, right? Because Accordia was kind of welcoming it, and it seems like PGM was kind of like wait and see. So, does that sound right? Or?
They've obviously got a big plan. You don't just spend, what was it,
$3.5 billion.
Yeah. So it's 5.1.
So for 148 golf courses, $3.5 billion. That's a lot of bread.
Yeah.
$3.5 billion
Dollars.
dollars.
Squillion. That's right. I mean, a lot of land though. There's a lot of land value there as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Who owns it?
PGM
Who's PGM?
is owned by a Pachinko company.
Pachinko. Okay.
It's a Korean related company, right?
Yep.
I thought they were a private equity, or maybe that was just a Korean.
No, they were.
They were.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I see. Wow, that's a lot of golf courses. Yeah, we'll watch this space. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It hasn't affected anything for us when any golfer wants to go to Cordia or PGM courses. We sort it out.
No. I mean, to be honest, I think in the short term anyway, I don't think anyone will see any big change because there's such two big brands. It'd be very hard to make it into one in a short time.
Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about Hideki Matsuyama in more detail, Joe. Come on, give it to me.
PGA Tour, so it's the kickoff event for the year at the Plantation Golf Course. It's the Plantation Golf Course at Kapalua. Do you know, actually, guys, do you know who the owner is?
Kapalua?
No, Yanai-san. Yanai-san is the owner of Uniqlo. Yeah, he's owned it for quite a while. He's owned a few golf courses. He sold a few away, I think, in 2010. But for the listeners, Yanai-san is the owner of Uniqlo. I think he's the wealthiest. Is he the wealthiest man in Japan?
I would say so.
I think.
Him and Maizawa-san, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the owner of SoftBank, though?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not short of a few bob.
Anyway, so it was the Hideki Matsuyama show. He shot 65, 65, 62, 65 to finish at 35 under par.
That's unbelievable.
He had 33 birdies and 2 eagles, offset by 2 bogeys, which is unbelievable golf.
Scared the shit out of me.
There it is.
Hideki!
Sorry.
Maybe that might be a little bit loud.
That's a little bit loud.
So as Damon said before, he beat Cam Smith's record for 2022 at Kapalua by a shot, which was phenomenal scoring. I thought that would never be beaten, but Hideki seemed to do it pretty easily. He spent most of the tournament with his hands off the club. Did you notice that, guys?
I know. Every time he hits a ball, he's like hands off the club. He's like, he's not happy with it, but it's perfect.
Yeah, which I think is becoming a little bit embarrassing, especially when you take your hands off the club and he hits it as he did a few times to 3 or 4 feet and taps it in for birdie. If he hits one into the the rubbish or misses a green, I don't see anything wrong with that.
But he did miss a drive or two.
He did,
especially on the Saturday. I noticed, especially towards the end of the round, they were leaking right on him.
Yeah, he hit a couple of loose, got lucky a couple of times.
So Joe, why is he doing it?
He doesn't do it for himself. He does it for everybody else. It's like a sign to see that he's unhappy, but it's not.
He's unhappy. Why?
Well, it's usually the strike. I don't think he's hitting off the center of the club face, or it's the shape, not the shape he wants.
So it's almost presentational in a sense. So it's like to communicate how he's feeling.
Absolutely, it's that. It's not something that it's not that he's so he's obviously disappointed, but it's to show other people he's disappointed.
But would you not think? It's a game of precision. His game is precision, right?
It is.
As you said, like he's trying to land it at a certain spot on a certain part of the green, whatever it is, and if it's even a little bit off, he's just not happy with it.
But as Joe said, it was like 3 feet from the hole. How could you not be happy with that?
Yeah, it looks a little bit silly sometimes when he hits really good shots. But
when you said that he takes his hand off the club, like I know it's like sometimes he would drive or whatever like that. It almost looked like he was one-handed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm referring
to.
Okay. Yeah, he lets go of it a little bit. I mean, you see a lot of the good players do it occasionally, but Hideki does it more than anybody. But the thing about Hideki is he also hits it close to the flag sometimes. So it to me it looks a little bit strange. But I mean, what a week he had. I mean, what a player. As I've always said, I mean, he's probably the premium ball striker on the tour. He's just never been the best putter in the world. And he used a new Scotty Cameron. This week was interesting because he's always been a little bit reluctant to change his putters, and he used that centre shaft Scotty Cameron, which I've never seen him use before. And he putted well, and when he putts well, he wins. And this is certainly the case this week. I don't think he putted well. I think he made an eagle on the last round on the 7th hole. But as well as we were talking about earlier, the golf course is these days without wind. There was a little bit of wind on the last day. It's defenceless. It was a soft golf course. There was a lot of rain leading into the tournament, so I played quite soft. The guys hit the ball a long way, so the par 5s are all reachable in 2. The par 4s, some of them are drivable. And these guys with soft greens just hitting their wedges to a couple of feet all the time. I mean, there was times throughout the tournament when they were showing the putting green and Hideki was hitting in. He hits it the further, so there's a couple of guys who have hit before him and there's balls surrounding the hole. You know, there's a few times where Hideki's hitting a wedge to a foot and there was another shot to 3 feet and another one to 5 feet. So just knocking the pins out. And I think the last place, there was one guy who didn't finish, but I think last place finished at 4 under. And as I said, these guys, a lot of them have had sort of a month off, so they're coming in not having practiced much. And yeah, the golf course, I played out there a couple of years ago, and the golf course is, I won't say easy, but it's very, very wide off the tee. And if you get the right winds and the right conditions, the ball rolls and funnels into areas where you can have some really, really short shots into the greens. And that's me. Look, Kieran, I'm with you. It is entertaining.
I mean, there's not too many tournaments set up like that. So
no, there's not.
Just let Kapalua be that. And you want a nice, you come off your Christmas, maybe like you, Joe, you've had a few too many drinks and you want to go back in. Great quote from Shane Lowry. Did you see that on social?
I did. Why am I going to spend, was it 24 hours in a plane?
Coming off Christmas in Ireland.
Coming off Christmas.
25 hours on a plane.
And you have to shoot 30 under. Yeah. He's right, though. I mean, why would you bother? The other thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, that Scotty Scheffler didn't play. Did you hear about what happened to Scotty?
Yeah.
Got arrested again?
Well, the story is, I mean, what he said to the press is he's hurt himself during Christmas. He's cut his hand.
Was that on it? He cut his hand with it? Oh, I thought he would. It was broken glass.
I think it was broken. Sorry, it was broken glass.
And he sliced his finger open.
Wow,
yeah,
not good.
So he's going to be out for a few weeks.
Yeah,
so it must have been pretty serious.
So whether or not you believe that type of thing, who knows? Damon, you could be right. He could have got arrested again, but it was sad not seeing him there. But look, at the end of the day,
probably
I think
a bar fight.
Maybe he decided to
broken glass,
let someone else get a head start on the FedEx Cup to make it more challenging.
Yeah,
for him.
yeah. And I think the best player won. So it's Hideki's 11th win on the PGA Tour, plus
fair play to him.
Plus the Masters. So he played just some stunning golf. He really did.
A savage, and he's actually playing again in Hawaii this week, and he's a past champion there. Remember, he hit that
Sony.
He hit that, was it a 3-wood or a 5-wood on the last?
Oh, that's right, he did
hole
too.
to get an eagle.
He did
in a playoff.
Good memory,
so
Kieran.
He could win again.
Yeah,
week.
2 in a row.
He's a bit of a streaky player.
He is, yeah, and if he putts well again, so good on Scotty Cameron for getting him over the line.
There's no official prefecture of the week this week, but if there was one, that the honorary would be Ehime, which is where Hideki's Matsuyama's from, right? And like his hometown is also named Matsuyama. I was talking with somebody who was from there, and they were like, "Oh, he's all the rage. Like, we love him. He's our pride and joy." In Japan. Yeah, well, yeah, but imagine like his hometown and his home prefecture, like they just love him over there. So shout out to Ehime.
He needs to work on his hook game. He was just like afterwards, he just wins and he's just nonchalant, picks up the ball, he just gives a little fist pump and that's it. And then you see him trying to hug the caddy and it's like the most awkward thing.
It never works for them, does it? They're just not good at it.
The Japanese guys,
not part of the culture.
They're just not used to that kind of physical.
No, they're
affection.
not.
High fives are rubbish. Their hugs are just stop it.
Yeah.
You should just do a fist bump. Boom.
Yeah. Actually, there's a great story about Hideki years ago. Brian, where did you say he was from?
Ehime prefecture?
Ehime. And that was affected by the earthquake.
Oh, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Like more recently though, right? Like
it's down in the far south, right? Like what you're confusing it with is he went to the University of Fukushima.
Sorry, that's where the story was. Yeah. So he won the AEC in 2010, which got him a start in the Masters in 2011. And after the earthquake happened, he was very reluctant to go to the Masters because of what was happening in Japan. And the university were very forthright and said, look, you have to do this. And he said, no, I want to stay because of what's happening here. I want to stay and help. And they finally pushed him and he went over there and played really, really well. I have a feeling he might have made the cut that year as an amateur. And then, of course, years later became the Masters champion. But that's a really cool story that he was willing to give up his spot in the Masters as an amateur to stay home and help, the disaster that was going on here. So, yeah, he's a bit of a tough character, but he's obviously got a good heart.
Yeah,
Hideki.
Ehime is not a big golf part of Japan. It's on Shikoku, right? So Shikoku it doesn't really have many golf courses, right? So it's great that he's from that kind of like. I mean, you're probably talking 6 golf courses or something very compared to the other prefectures.
Yeah, he doesn't come from money or anything like that. I think his dad's a taxi driver and his mum is, I'm not quite sure, but didn't come from great wealth or anything like that, like a lot of the players do.
People say he revitalized a lot of interest in the sport in the country as well, and probably
especially
for all
after
those
the
reasons.
Masters.
Well, they love their sport in Japan, and they do have a lot of success. You just have to look at the Olympics, but golf has always been, there's only been Aoki, who's won in the PGA Tour back in the 70s or something. Jumbo never had much success.
No, he didn't.
On the world
Not outside
stage
of Japan.
and he's the first first Asian golfer really who's really been legitimately. I mean, he's top 5 golfer in the world now.
Just broke a record, so,
Just broke the record. Yeah. I mean, he's won the Masters. There's not too much left for him to prove, to be honest with you. I mean, he'd probably be after a gold medal for Japan. And
he won the bronze, I think, didn't he? He won the bronze last year. He's a terrific golfer.
Played well,
I would
actually.
just like him to come back to Japan to play a little bit more, and maybe in the twilight of his career he might do that a little bit more. But I think Japanese golf is really suffering without him coming over and playing. Not suffering, but I would like to see him come back and play more.
Well, he's inspiring the next generation. You got these guys now winning out in Europe.
Yeah,
maybe they don't quite have the chops he has. I think he's got that. He has that. He's very focused. He's not super talkative. He just says the same thing over and over. He's a bit of a machine. He practices. He's the last guy off the range. He's just got that. Tiger was like that as well. Tiger wasn't, very talkative in the interviews. He'd say the same thing over and over again. Just let his golf do the talking.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I said to Damon, I was like, so he just had a record. Maybe he's feeling a bit of pressure because Kanaya's coming after him, joining new and everything like that. And Damon's like, I'm sure he doesn't give a shit.
No, probably doesn't.
He's a tough cookie. So.
I think so. Yeah, good on you, Hideki. I mean, what an amazing start to the year.
Congratulations for sure.
It's good for Japanese golf. I think that was pretty much. There wasn't a whole lot of golf other than the amazing match that Damon and I had. At Tama Hills. Is it country club or golf club?
It's a golf club.
Golf club, yeah. Just before Christmas, he took me over there and we went for a hit, which was an amazing opportunity. I've never had the chance to go over there and play, and it's only took me an hour to get there, and that's from Yokohama. And I took a few wrong turns, and it took me an hour to get there, which is really nice considering it usually takes you 2 hours to get anywhere here.
From downtown Tokyo, it's 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it takes me 40 minutes. It was great.
Yeah.
Really, really nice golf course.
Did you see Fuji?
Yeah, we did actually. I mean, it's there was a little bit of a cloud over the top, but it was a clear. I mean, what great views, Damon, isn't it?
It is.
It's just extraordinary.
I mean, other than that last hole with the fence on the left.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a bit of a
all
weird
those holes are really nice.
They are nice.
I really like that golf course.
I was really impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done a renovation recently with, I think they've relaid the greens.
That's
Patrick, who's the head GM or the head golf professional out there, has told me a little while ago that they'd redone the greens, and the greens are in fantastic condition. A couple of them were frozen, but you expect that at this time of the year. Yeah. But they were a great surface, and fairways were good. Considering this time of the year, the grass is dormant, doesn't grow. Really, really nice coverage on both greens and fairways. So good on you, Patchy, doing a great job out there.
What did you play? Skins, match play? What are we talking about here?
Oh, we just went for a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice just to experience it, and it was just the two of us went out there and played.
Me playing match play against Joe.
But it's nice because we played straight through and sat in the clubhouse afterwards and had an enormous hamburger and chips and
I was going to ask if there was any culture shock.
I loved it. One thing I really appreciate.
The guys with the M16s at the gate would give you a shot.
Yeah. Is I walked into the pro shop, and for the first time in a long time, the lady behind the counter said, "Good morning, Joe." She had my name. Obviously, Damon had booked it in, and it's nice to be when you walk in. No, but it's nice to be greeted like that. I mean, that happens in America a lot. They're very, very good at that sort of thing. So it's very American style, but it's a nice start to the day when they sort of recognize who you are. Not who I am, but actually took the time to remember my name.
Yeah.
But no, I loved it. But you can't go out there, unfortunately, just for a hit, though, can you?
No, need to go with a member.
Need to go with a member.
Yeah. Need to be part of the Five Eyes as well.
But if anyone fancies it, Damon will take you out.
That's right.
Yeah.
No
Sorry,
problem.
Brian. The Five Eyes.
The Five Eyes, which is the basically trusted nations by the United Nations, by the United States. So which Australia is one of them.
Correct.
Right?
We're allowed in.
Well, so.
Yeah. There's certain countries that they won't let in. But
well, they wouldn't let. I remember because I tried to play it on a US base. I think it was it was Camp Zama. And they wouldn't let me on because I was Irish back in the day. And then something happened a year or two later that we were allowed on.
Yeah.
So I guess you have your list.
Politics.
Yeah. If I was from Greenland or Canada now, I'll be next when Trump comes to power.
Yeah, right. You'd be let in for you don't even need to show your passport.
I mean, there's definitely passports that won't get in at Tama as well, and that actually happened on the weekend with
really?
a friend of ours. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can we say who?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who has the dodgiest passport.
No, it was one of our friends' friend,
Okay. Then,
Yeah.
then you could say, what was the nationality? Give us that.
Taiwanese.
Oh, really?
So he actually
okay.
had a US passport
that's
as well, but in the US passport didn't have the visitor entry stamp, so had to give his other passport,
see.
and they won't allow Taiwanese
Wow.
Chinese passports in.
Okay. I guess it is an active base, right? So there's any kind of
I mean,
chance of espionage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
How
so what
they
did he do?
water
Did
the
he just go
greens.
around to Costco because it's around the corner?
No, they actually went to a different course.
There you go. Problem solved.
That's a really nice experience, though, isn't it?
It is. It's a great course. I
Yeah,
really
nice
like it
practice
there.
facility and play-through style, which is nice. And we'd fit. What time did we tee off? 8 o'clock. We'd be finished by lunchtime.
That's
Which is
right,
great.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I heard it's going to snow this weekend.
Oh, really?
In Tokyo.
Oh,
yeah,
is it?
Sunday. Yeah.
it's good to have it once a year.
On Sunday, yeah.
So I think
Sunday
Monday's
looks really
okay.
nice.
Monday's a bank holiday. Monday's okay. I think it's coming in. It's just blowing in. It's for anybody who's a skier. It's amazing skiing right now up in Niigata, Nagano, and then of course Hokkaido and all those kind of places.
Yeah, just looking at it now, it could be
Snow in Tokyo on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yep, Sunday looks mint.
Okay.
I got a bit of I got a few rounds in over the holidays as well.
A few rounds in. Shut them up
Talk
then.
to us, Ryan.
Oh
What,
yeah.
what are you talking about?
This is my first time to of my own accord to go to a golf course and stuff like that, and it was a perfect place to start. It's just a short course on Okinawa, which it was really nice, beautiful weather, everything like that. Couldn't see the ocean. I was kind of bummed about this. It's just it's on an island called Ishigaki-jima, and there's no golf course there. There's only this short course, and it's part of the ANA Intercontinental Hotel that they have there, and. But it was really nice, really friendly. Everything was really good. There was 4 guys ahead of me who were having just like a great time, just laughing it up. And they were really good players too. So they kept it going really smoothly. And I was just sort of following along, zigzagging, as you do. But I got to play with Honma clubs, which was kind of fun too. I kind of was curious to.
Any revelations? Did you suss out the driver?
So unfortunately, it's such a short course that like a lot of the holes, it's like I was actually checking with ChatGPT. Okay, this is the distance. This is what it is. What should I use here, just to get some some feedback? And it was like, oh, for this thing, you should use your pitching wedge, or you should like tee off with your sand wedge.
Oh, it's a really short. All par
quite
threes,
short
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Okay.
So you could have used your driver then.
there was no driver. Yeah, basically. Yeah, there was no driver in the bag. Even they didn't even give me one.
Oh, okay.
So
It's a pitch and putt.
I
Yeah.
didn't get to play with that. But
That's good though. It's a bit of fun.
Are you
it was fun.
hooked?
What's that?
Are you hooked?
Oh yeah, it's like that's the thing is I'm hoping that TGL is something that I can really enjoy watching because to some degree the perspective watching the sport, it's like I need to build more appreciation for what they're doing, whereas I'm thinking TGL, it's so flashy, it's so fun. I think it's really going to bring people into the sport perhaps a bit more too, just because of the tech and sort of that immersive element of it. But I mean, it's just such a fun it's just such a fun sport to play. I mean, it's like the participatory element of the sport is the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a few snake bite power kaku highball?
No, I haven't sampled
I'll be
it.
lying.
You guys will be the guinea pigs for that.
I thought we were going to break them out on the podcast. Forgot about that.
You want to have a
Right.
sip? We can close it out.
Well, I can't. I'm off the sauce,
Oh, come on, Joe. You got to do it, mate.
but I promised myself.
Really? So how bad were you? Because I've seen you
Oh,
bad.
look, no. No, it was too often leading up to sort of Christmas
That's the
and
thing.
through.
I was in
Christmas.
Ireland and I was in Boston and it was. I wasn't drinking that much because I was driving a lot. But I suppose in Boston, I wasn't really drinking. But in Ireland, there was one day I went out with a few mates and had.
Thank you, Ryan.
God, what is this thing? Look at this thing. Habu ball. Oh, it's the Habu, and it's a picture of the snake on it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
There is too. Like Cobra. Oh, we've got to talk about Cobra too, don't we?
If you read the ingredients to it, it just says it has the snake essence.
There it is.
So,
There's the snake.
oh, good sound.
Good sound.
I'll drink it on the first day of Feb.
6% alcohol. What does recule mean?
Liqueur.
Oh, liqueur.
Yeah.
Liqueur.
Yeah.
There you go.
So a bit dodgy, I'm sure.
That's
but
right.
energy.
And the verdict?
Tastes like something that your kids would drink. It's like
Well, that's good. That's good,
It's
isn't it?
6%. So it's
you know what they
pretty-
call cider in Japan?
Yes.
It's not like cider, like apple cider. It's just like a fizzy kind of drink. Like if you know those candy heart sweets?
Oh yeah.
Do you have them like
On
hearts?
Valentine's Day and stuff thing? Like
No, well, they're like it's like a little tube of sweets, and then it will say like little messages like "kiss me"
yeah.
or "give me a slap."
Oh, yeah.
But it tastes like that,
Oh whoa.
but in a kind of a sparkling in a seltzer.
Oh, he's going back for more, so he does like it.
I have to for the listeners.
Yeah.
And
For the content, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you'll be immune to any snake bites as well. But next time I'll bring back the bottle with the mummified snake. Then
Pretty
that
good.
might be the way to go.
I can't taste any whiskey. Is it whiskey?
It
Yeah,
says
it's a highball.
it's an energy
Must be,
drink.
yeah.
It's an energy highball, so it has to be whiskey. It's good.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
We'll drink the rest of it now, and it's 11 a.m. So can't be drinking too much.
Replace your coffee.
Oh, stick on the TGL, and we'll have some kaku highballs. Is that what's called a kaku highball?
Yep.
Okay. Habu highball. Sorry.
Habu
Habu
ball.
ball. Habu ball.
Have a ball. Have a ball.
Have a ball.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, cool.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for we'll keep everyone up to date about our little internal game here that we're going to try and do, and we're going to try and stick to our New Year's resolutions. No drinking for Joe.
Yeah.
And get yourself signed up for that Q school, mate. Let's do it. We're serious about it. Lots of new stuff happening this year. I think we're going to put out our Golf in Japan gear, which you can see on his head right now, and a couple of other things. So hopefully this year is a bit of a breakout year for us. But of course, all through it, we'll be booking tea times and helping people discover golf in Japan. So for this year, lads, yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Thanks a million, guys.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.